How you doing, everyone? It's Kevin. I'm back with another video. We're going to be working on a set of clippers. These are the clippers Julie uses to cut my hair all the time with, and they're starting to make some funny noises, and they're just not working quite right. So what we're going to do is we're going to tear them apart and clean them. And believe it or not, hairs can get into machines like this pretty easy. Now I think this has some kind of beard trimmer on it, which I don't use much. I just use the clippers, because as you guys see, my hair is either chopped all the way off or it's not. So what I'm going to do is we're going to tear these clippers apart. I'm going to back you guys off just a little bit so you can see what we're going to be using to work with. I think we only need a couple little screwdrivers. I got some canned air and a little brush to clean these guys out with. A lot of times we take these and they'll start making noises, and then you say, oh, I need a new pair. I do believe this thing comes up somehow. And as you can see, we got tons of hairs in this already. So I'm going to just brush these guys out. And I'll use some canned air. I'll take these out and put them on the over a garbage can or something. These do have a beard trimmer on it, which is pretty cool. But you can see the hairs get into everything. And they just get into every little tight spot you can find. So we're going to take the whole entire clipper apart. So we're going to get to tearing these guys apart. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this blade here off. Because normally down in behind here you'll get a bunch of hairs. So you know this isn't the first time I've tore these apart. I've tore these apart several times, and I'll keep tearing them apart, and as long as they keep working. So, oh, look at the hairs down in there. See, that's what you get. You get a ton of hairs down in there, and this has to come out of here. This is what'll make it a bunch of noise. Pretty disgusting job, but somebody's got to do it. Unless you just want to buy a new set every time they start goofing up on you. And I'm not going to do that as long as they're working. You know, you can see these have plenty of oil on them. So I do keep them oiled. And before the video is over, I'll show you the type of oil that I use to lubricate these up. I'm just going to take a paper towel and wipe these down a little bit. Clean them up a little bit. So we got them off. We got that piece off of there. I'm getting a little bit of garbage out of there. So now what I'm going to do is figure out how the rest of this thing. I know I've done this before. Let's see. Let's just take off. Let me look underneath here and make sure there's no screws. We'll take out these couple here in the back. Don't lose your screws and don't forget where they go. Won't be good. If you don't have the screws, you can't put her back together. Let's see if this comes apart. And it's starting to. The only other two screws I see three here. Let's take this off and see what happens here. This is the adjustment. Get rid of this guy. Slide that out of the way. See a few more screws in here. Might as well take these guys out. Now don't be afraid to tear these things apart. I mean, they're already not working right and might have to buy a new pair. So you might as well just try to fix them. What's it gonna hurt to try, right? Oh, we got tons of hairs down in there. tons of hairs. And like I said, these hairs will get in every little crack. Tons of them. So, let's see. Let's see if this comes apart now. Okay. I really probably didn't have to take that other piece apart. But I'm going to go ahead, and the only thing I'm going to do is just brush this out a little bit. Get what I can get out of them. And then I'm going to take some of that canned air, and I'm just going to blow all these parts off and bring them back, and hopefully this guy will work like new again. So when you guys see this the next time, I'll have everything blowed out and cleaned up. Alright, everything now has been cleaned really good. We used the compressed air and blew everything out real well. And I said I would show you the oil, and I use a hair clipper oil, and it's just a blade oil, and this is what I've used for years, and it seems like it works pretty good, so I keep using it. So we're going to go ahead and get this guy put back together. Not much to it. You can see the inside of it, not much in there. But we're not going to deal with any of that there. We're going to go ahead and put these guys back together here. We're just going to put the bolts back in, or the little screws, just where we got them from. I always keep them separated. You've seen the two bolts. There are two screws here. These three went to that, and those two went to the clippers, the tips, the blades. So we'll go ahead and get this thing put back together, and hopefully it'll sound a little better than it did. It had a lot of hair in it, and like I said, this is a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it. Unless, like I said, unless you got the money to keep buying new sets every time they go bad. And we did pull this guy out and cleaned it up real good. No hairs in there, which is nice. I don't use that, never have, probably never will. And so we'll go ahead and finish this guy getting put back together here. I'm missing a little piece. Here it is. This little guy right here. Yeah, I don't worry too much about tearing things apart. My thing is if it's broke, you're not going to hurt anything by tearing it apart and trying to clean it and fix it. Sometimes these things just get worn completely out, and you have to trash them. Now this is just a little adjustment for the blades. This just goes up and down. It just pulls the blades up and down. So don't really do too much, so you don't have to worry about it. And then all we got to do now is mount our blades on here. This little guy here is going to go on the bottom. And I will put just a little bit of oil on this blade, and I'll wipe that off. I don't want a lot on there, but we'll put a little bit on there, and then we'll just kind of dab it. We don't want too much on there. You just want enough, just enough, just a little bit. Then we'll mount our other blade on. And like I said, I've seen a lot of people just throw these away because they thought that they were broke or they're not never going to work again. Now I'm just going to put this on here, and there's little marks on there. I can see where the other bolts were. I'm going to go ahead and tighten them down right where the other bolts were. Where they were to begin with. And then we'll just put just a tad, just a little bit of our oil right on that tip, and we'll like kind of wipe it off too. So now we should have a good running set of clippers. Let's get these guys plugged in and see what happens here. Oh, they sound so a lot quieter than what they were. And like I said, this piece here is to adjust that tip up and down. Makes them longer and shorter, this tip here. So they sound pretty good. Definitely quieter than what they were. They didn't want to work very well. So that's cleaning a set of hair clippers. And like I said, if you think yours doesn't get plugged up, I think you got another thing coming. These guys get plugged up and they just don't want to work right. But once they're cleaned, they seem to work like brand new again. I'd like to tell everybody thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe, leave me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or a comment if you'd like. And don't forget, click the little bell on your right down there so you get them alerts when I post another video. Thanks for watching. Till next time.